Just keep your focus on progress. Success is near focus. It's the difference between potential and greatness. It's the silent power that separates the dreamers from the doers. When I say just keep your focus on progress, success is near, I'm not giving you a cliché. I'm giving you a mindset, a lifestyle, a championship formula. Discipline is the silent force behind every achievement, every breakthrough, every moment of greatness. It's not flashy. It doesn't beg for attention. But it's always there grinding in the background when motivation has packed its bags and gone. Motivation is emotional. It comes and goes. Discipline is a decision, a mindset, a commitment to show up whether you feel like it or not. When you're chasing progress, you don't have time to wait around for inspiration to strike. You move, you train, you work, because greatness doesn't wait. There are days you'll wake up and feel on top of the world, ready to conquer, full of energy. And then there are days you'll feel like staying in bed, like skipping the workout, like putting off the work. That's where most people lose. They follow their feelings, but champions follow discipline. They've trained their minds to push through the resistance. They've made showing up non-negotiable, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't become one of the greatest footballers by only training when he felt good. He showed up when he was tired, he pushed when it hurt, he repeated the basics until they became instinct, and that's the key. Discipline builds consistency, and consistency builds mastery. You don't get results by doing things occasionally. You get results by doing them repeatedly, day after day, whether you're in the mood or not. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about not quitting, even when progress is slow, even when no one is clapping. Even when it feels like nothing is happening. That's the grind behind the glory. That's the part of the journey no one posts on social media. The early mornings, the late nights, the sacrifices no one sees. But that's where real progress lives. That's where your future is being built. You have to remind yourself why you started. You have to see the bigger picture. Progress doesn't happen in one giant leap. It happens in 1,000 small steps. And discipline is what keeps your feet moving forward, one step at a time, on the field, in the gym, at your desk. Whatever your arena is, discipline shows up first. It leads the way. It says, this is who I am, this is what I do, no matter what. So when motivation fades, and it will, lean on your habits, lean on your mission, lean on your discipline, because in the end, it's not the most talented who win. It's the most consistent, the most focused. The ones who refuse to quit, no matter how they felt. Discipline is your edge, your secret weapon, your ticket to success, and the best part, it's a choice, one you can make every single day. The world is loud. Everyone has an opinion, a judgment, a comment. Some will tell you you're not good enough. Others will try to distract you with what they're doing, where they're going, and how fast they're getting there. But here's the truth. None of that matters. Your journey is yours. Your lane was built for your feet, not theirs. If you want to reach the finish line, you've got to lock in, put your head down, and run your race without letting the noise knock you off course. It's easy to get caught up in comparison. You scroll through highlight reels, you see people winning, succeeding, celebrating, and you start to question your pace, your process, but you're not behind. You're not too late. You're on time for your purpose. You don't have to move like anyone else. You just have to keep moving forward. Progress isn't about beating others. It's about becoming better than you were yesterday. Think about Cristiano Ronaldo. From a young age, he had people doubting him, criticizing his style, mocking his ambition, but he didn't let the critics define him. He didn't waste energy proving them wrong. He stayed in his lane and proved himself right. Every goal, every record, every trophy was a result of laser focus. He didn't try to become the next someone else. He became the first and only him. That's the level of focus you need. You can't hear your calling clearly if you're listening to everyone else's voice. Silence the outside. Tune into your own purpose. Trust your training, trust your path. Not everything that grabs your attention deserves your energy. Protect your peace, protect your focus. If it doesn't push you forward, it's just noise. And don't let people rush your process. Some will hit milestones before you. Some will seem like they're sprinting ahead. Let them, that's their lane. Your job isn't to keep up. It's to keep going. Success is not a race. It's a journey of staying faithful to what you were born to do, and the ones who win, they're the ones who kept their eyes on their vision, not someone else's. You'll go further when you stop looking sideways. The real growth happens when you're locked in on your mission, when your focus is stronger than your fear, when your mindset drowns out the noise. Stay grounded, stay hungry, stay in your lane, and watch how far you'll go. Success isn't found in the chaos. It's found in the quiet, focused grind. So let them talk, let them doubt, let them post their wins. You just keep showing up, locked in, zoned in, moving in silence. Because one day they won't be able to ignore your results. Complacency is the enemy of greatness. The moment you get comfortable, you stop growing. The moment you think you've arrived, you stop climbing. If you truly want to live at the top of your potential, you have to adopt a mindset that refuses to settle. Never be satisfied, because there's always a next level to reach. Success isn't a finish line. It's a checkpoint. You hit a goal, you celebrate briefly, and then you ask yourself, what's next? That's how champions are built. They're always looking for the next edge, the next inch of improvement, the next level of discipline. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't win one Ballon d'Or and say, I've made it. He trained harder, he evolved, he pushed for more, he kept chasing greatness because he knew the standard was never fixed, it rises with you. It's not about greed, it's about hunger. It's about the refusal to stay stagnant. When you're satisfied, you stop showing up with urgency. You stop fighting for progress. You start thinking you've done enough. But the truth is, if you want to keep winning, you have to keep growing. You have to stay uncomfortable, because that's where the breakthroughs happen. In the stretch zone, not the comfort zone. Every level you reach should unlock a bigger vision. You started with a dream to just make it. Now that you've made it, dream bigger, go further, break your own limits. You're not in competition with the world. You're in competition with the previous version of yourself. Outdo that person. That mentality keeps you sharp. It keeps you hungry. It keeps you dangerous. The second you lose that hunger, someone else, someone hungrier, starts gaining on you. That's why you never get too high off your wins or too low from your losses. You stay level, you stay locked in, you know that yesterday's effort won't win today's battles. People will try to tell you to slow down, to enjoy the view, and yes, be grateful, be proud of how far you've come. But never confuse gratitude with satisfaction. Gratitude says, I'm thankful for this. Hunger says, but I'm not done yet. Your story isn't finished. Your ceiling hasn't been reached. There's more in you. More strength, more skill, more purpose. Keep chasing that next level. Keep refining your craft. Keep building, keep grinding, keep showing up with the same fire that got you started, because the top isn't a place, it's a mindset, and when you adopt that mindset, you'll find that there's always another level waiting. Push harder, think bigger, reach further, never be satisfied. Every major success is built on 1,000 small wins, moments that seem insignificant to the world, but carry massive weight in your journey. When you're locked in on progress, it's easy to overlook the little victories, but those moments matter. They're proof that you're moving forward, that your effort is producing fruit, even if the final outcome isn't here yet. That's why you need to celebrate small wins. They're the building blocks of greatness. You don't score a hat trick without first mastering your touch. You don't break records without showing up daily, putting in work when no one's watching. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't become a legend overnight. It was years of small wins, extra reps, improved recovery, sharper decisions on and off the pitch. That stacked into greatness. He treated every improvement like it mattered, and that's why he's unmatched. The small win might be waking up on time when you wanted to hit snooze. It might be choosing discipline over comfort, showing up to train, staying locked in on your plan. It might be pushing through a rough day, staying consistent when life tried to throw you off. These things may not seem huge, but they are, because every time you keep a promise to yourself, you're building self-trust, you're reinforcing the mindset of a winner. Celebrating the small wins doesn't mean getting complacent. It means recognizing your growth and using that momentum to fuel your next move. Too many people ignore their progress because it doesn't look like the finish line. But the finish line is built one step at a time. If you only wait to celebrate when you've made it, you'll miss the power of the process. Each small win is like a brick. One by one, you lay them down. You build the habits, the mindset, the resilience. And one day, you look back and realize you've built something massive, something unshakable, and it all started with the discipline to celebrate the things most people ignore. You don't need the world to applaud your progress. You just need to acknowledge it for yourself. When you do, your focus sharpens, your drive increases, your energy stays high because you know you're moving forward, even when the results aren't fully visible yet. So keep your eyes on the big vision, but never skip the small milestones. Clap for yourself. Be proud of your consistency. Every rep, every session, every time you chose growth over comfort, it matters. That's how champions are made, one small win at a time. Praise feels good. It feeds your ego, gives you validation, and makes the grind seem worth it. But if you're chasing praise, you're chasing the wrong thing. Praise is temporary, it comes and goes. Progress, on the other hand, is permanent. It builds you, it sharpens you, it takes you from average to elite. That's why you must be obsessed with progress, not praise. When you're focused on progress, your motivation comes from within. You're not waiting for someone to notice, to clap, to tell you you're doing well. You already know you're locked in. You know you're putting in the work, and that's enough. But when you're hooked on praise, you give others too much control. If they don't notice, you lose momentum. If they stop cheering, you start doubting. That's dangerous. That makes you dependent. And champions don't depend on applause. They depend on effort. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't reach the top because of how much he was praised. He reached the top because he became obsessed with evolving. Whether the cameras were on or off, he trained like he had everything to prove. He didn't just want to be great. He wanted to be better than he was yesterday. That's the mindset that separates the good from the legendary. Progress is honest. It doesn't lie. You either improved or you didn't. And that's the beauty of it. It keeps you grounded. You stop asking, "Do they see me?" and start asking, "Did I grow today?" That one question changes everything. It keeps you focused on the mission, on the process, on the real work that actually moves you forward. You're not here to impress. You're here to improve. If the work you're doing doesn't get posted, praised, or even noticed, so what? If it makes you stronger, sharper, faster, more focused, then it's worth it. Every bit of progress you earn in silence will speak volumes when the time is right. Let the results make the noise. Praise can be a bonus, but it should never be the goal, because the moment you let the spotlight dictate your effort, you lose your edge. You start performing instead of progressing, and that's a dangerous place to be. Praise will fade, hype dies down, but progress, that stays with you. That's what builds legacy. So shift your focus. Fall in love with the grind. Be proud of your small gains. Keep track of the inches you've moved forward. That's where the fire is. That's where greatness is born. Be obsessed with getting better, not with being seen. Because when the lights go out and the crowd is gone, it's your progress that will carry you to the next level, not the praise. Distractions are the hidden opponents in your game. Sneaky, persistent, always looking for a way to steal your focus and slow you down. And just like on the field, if you don't keep your head up and stay alert, they'll get past you. That's why you've got to treat every distraction like it's a direct threat to your progress. Cut it out, shut it down, and stay locked in. Because the goal is too important to let anything throw you off. Think about the greatest athletes in the world. Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't just train his body, he trains his mind. Every moment he's in the zone, he's blocking out the noise. No scrolling aimlessly, no entertaining drama, no wasting time on things that don't elevate him. He treats focus like a superpower because it is, and anything that tries to steal that power, he treats it like an opponent. That's the mindset you need. Distractions don't always come dressed as obvious enemies. Sometimes they come disguised as comfort, as entertainment, as just 5 minutes. But 5 minutes becomes an hour becomes a day, and before you know it, you're off track, falling behind, wondering where the time went. You've got to be ruthless with what you allow into your space. Not everything deserves your attention. Not everyone deserves your energy. When you're focused on growth, you have to defend your time like it's the goal you're protecting. Social media, mindless conversations, toxic environments, even your own thoughts. If they're not helping you win, they're trying to make you lose. Plain and simple, you don't need to feel bad about cutting distractions. You need to feel proud. That's what discipline looks like. Every time you choose focus over distraction, you're gaining ground. You're getting sharper. You're separating yourself from the ones who keep making excuses. You're doing what others won't, so you can live how others can't. That's the mentality of a champion, unbothered. Unshaken, unavailable for anything that doesn't align with the mission. This isn't about perfection. It's about awareness, knowing what steals your attention and setting boundaries so it doesn't. Creating routines that protect your focus. Surrounding yourself with energy that sharpens you, not scatters you. When you cut the noise, you start to hear your own voice more clearly. Your vision gets stronger. Your fire burns brighter. So treat your focus like it's sacred. Because it is. Every minute spent locked in is a minute closer to your goal. Every distraction you cut is one less obstacle in your way. Play the game smart. Defend your time. Stay in control. And remember, distractions are just opponents in disguise. And you were built to win. It all starts in your mind. Every win, every breakthrough, every moment of greatness. You see it before you live it. Champions don't wait for victory to happen by accident. They visualize it. They lock into the vision so clearly, so intensely, that it becomes real long before it shows up on the scoreboard. But visualizing it isn't enough. Once you see the win, you've got to train like you've got everything to prove. Like the world is watching even when it's not. Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't walk onto the pitch hoping to perform. He walks on expecting to dominate, because he's already played the game in his head 1,000 times. He's already felt the pressure, the moments, the goals. That's what visualization does. It prepares you. It primes your mind and body to step into the moment like you've been there before, because in your mind you have. You have to believe in the win before you see the result. That's the difference between those who wait and those who work. The ones who wait for momentum rarely find it. But the ones who believe in what they're building, who grind like the outcome depends on every single rep, those are the ones who rise. That's what it means to train like you've got everything to prove. No ego, no entitlement, just hunger, effort, and focus. The mindset is simple. I know I'm going to win, but I still outwork everyone like I haven't won anything yet. You don't coast. You don't cut corners. You chase excellence like it's life or death. Every session matters. Every rep counts. You study your craft. You invest in your body. You protect your time. You move like a champion before the title is ever given to you. And here's the truth. The moment you stop having something to prove is the moment you start slipping. Complacency is the death of progress. You've got to wake up every day like you're still that underdog, still that kid with something to earn, still that warrior with a point to make. Not to the world, but to yourself, because that fire, that edge, that's what keeps you dangerous. See the finish line, feel the win, visualize every detail, but then get to work. Grind like the win isn't promised, because it's not. It's earned, and every second you spend sharpening your mindset, your body, your habits. That's you taking control of your destiny. That's how greatness is built. So dream big, visualize the victory. But when you wake up, train harder, move sharper, stay humbler, let your work speak, let your progress talk loud, and keep showing up like everything's on the line, because that's what champions do. Success doesn't come to the most talented. It comes to the most focused, the most disciplined, the most relentless. When you keep your eyes on progress and shut out the noise, you create momentum that can't be stopped. It's not about praise or perfection. It's about showing up daily with purpose and passion. Cut distractions like their opponents. Celebrate every step forward. Never settle. Keep visualizing your victory and train like the world's counting you out, because that mindset, that fire, is what takes you from average to elite. Just keep your focus on progress, and success will meet you along the way. Not because you waited for it, but because you chased it with everything you had. The journey won't be easy, but the reward will be worth it. Stay locked in, stay hungry, and remember, greatness isn't found in the spotlight. It's built in the shadows of consistency. Your moment is near. Keep going.